You know how it's going, everyone. This is Acid Roots. So it's time for some Eminem. We return to him. We're going to see what else he had as far as his music was concerned. Now, this is the Marshall Mathers LP. I think most people, this is probably one of the ones that they have heard the most. And it's definitely a quality album. I don't remember what I said about the Slim Shady LP last month, but I think I did say that I liked the majority of the songs, but there were still a few songs on there that I did not completely fall in love with. And this album is 14 songs, and it is essentially that much better. But, we're going to talk about the songs that you probably have heard and the songs you need to hear, because this is such a big album that I feel like obviously songs like The Real Slim Shady you've probably heard multiple times, but this album is kind of like a double wallop just because there are also songs that are beneath the radar that are still good. And so obviously this album's going to get a pretty good social score. Eminem was on top of the world in the year 2000. This album did go diamond, which means it sold 10 million copies. And really, outside of Snoop Dogg, Dre, there's just not a ton of people who have reached this success. Dre is obviously a billionaire, just about. Jay-Z is doing, he's one of the bigger entrepreneurs, but Eminem is essentially like the musician who's a millionaire, which doesn't necessarily always happen with people. So, we do need more people like that. And the thing is, a number of these are also rather kind of dim sounded and just more shrill and muddy more than some of his future releases. So we'll definitely cover that. But alright, can you smoke to this? The answer is yes, you can. Go straight to Drug Ballad, go to Marshall Mathers, Amityville, Bitch Please 2, The Way I Am has a great beat, and I'm Back. These are all some good ones to smoke to. The production is handled great. I think Bitch Please 2, Kim, The Real Slim Shady, Stan, Kill You. I don't know if I said Kill You, but if I did, I'll say it again. Those are some really good ones. Now, we're going to talk about the songs that you've probably heard. I know The Way I Am was a good one, and The Real Slim Shady was another one, and Stan was another one. But how about some of these other ones? I do feel like Bitch Please 2 is that one's pretty good. It's a good cut to have. Drug Ballad is definitely worth attention. I feel like Amityville, you should probably get to know Bizarre a little bit. He's a recognizable person. The beat's creeping. Marshall Mathers is like a real slinky song. It's kind of warped a little bit. I'm Back that one has some real good production. And if I didn't mention it, Kim. These are all good songs to go to and everything like that. You can't go wrong with them. They're definitely something that you need to hear, and don't think just because you've heard the good songs to hear by Eminem on the radio that he doesn't have more, because he obviously does. The beats are great. It's warped. It's out of his mind. He's not, he's kind of more centered. He went from just saying anything to being more of like a lunatic kind of. The insanity just intensified on this release, which is, on the old one, he was just a jackass. That's really all he appeared to be, was just someone who would tell you to shut the hell up even if you didn't say anything bad. But now he's actually kind of, like I said, it just intensified, and you get more songs that are dealing with, what's going on in the world of Marshall Mathers. So in a way that pretty much accelerates the quality of this album. But, I did like the last one because it was more ground level. Obviously, he was a multi-millionaire while making this, but he isn't really just talking about being at a laundromat anymore. So that's kind of the only problem, is just, the insane clown posse style of, I'm just having a house party and I'm smoking in my backyard. You don't really get that on this album, which is the only unfortunate part. But if you're looking for something a bit more refined, you're going to find it. So just go back to the Slim Shady LP, but then get this one too. But the unheard songs, Kill You, Stan, Who Knew, The Way I Am, The Real Slim Shady, I'm Back, Marshall Mathers, Drug Ballad, Amityville, Bitch Please 2, Kim. That's 11. So the remaining 3 songs are Criminal, which I didn't like, and Under the Influence, which I'm kind of wondering if I like, and then Remember Me, which I just didn't like that much. I mean, yeah. So 11 out of 14, this is obviously going to be a 10, and it is. So this is a 10 out of 10 album. You got to pay attention to the lyricism on it. I do feel like Eminem probably has a lot of that. So understand that it's definitely big, and yeah, you're just going to have a lot of fun with it. Got some dark stuff. It's a little bit more it's more up in the world, but that doesn't mean that he's lost sight of what he was about, which is dark tales and just general mischief and that sort of stuff. So the future, Eminem, we'll see what's going to happen. He'll probably have a CD out within like the next 18 months, maybe 2 years. Shady 15 would be a good thing to go to. He's on that. And is this album social? I'm going to give it a 10 social, just because that it is, a lot of these songs are secret songs that I feel like are still quite good, despite the fact that this album did have several hits on it. So you got the hits that you heard on the radio, the hits that you probably heard at a party, and then the hits that if you listen to the CD, you're going to get some more of. So this has got plenty of them, and then Eminem's a worldwide name, so just, he gets a 10 there. And can it be topped? Probably not. I mean, I still really like the Slim Shady LP, but this one is pretty much, definite. So, 10s across the board. Subscribe for more fun.